There's a new king of baseball today on SB Baseball.
Who's the king?
You're going to have to tune in and find out. And we're live. Welcome to the SB Baseball podcast where, we try hard for you. We do our best.
Slightly.
Mostly. But I'm Alan.
I'm RD. What's up, buddy?
Oh, not much. How you doing today, brother?
I'm starting a petition to get anybody who shows up to a baseball game wearing a jersey that is neither team playing.
Okay.
Straight to jail.
To jail?
Yeah, straight to jail.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. You go straight to jail.
Lopez just chunked his glove into the stands. I think he got tossed. And, you got, Yankee fans there and whatnot. Now, obviously, that's a New Jersey, whatever. But you got some New York fans there. And so, yeah, they caught his glove. And they're like, oh, yeah, look at that. I got the glove. Why are you there?
Oh.
The Dodgers are playing the Mets, and you show up. You're like, you know what? I got a baseball jersey.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. Is there...
Oh, I've done it before,
Is that... Well, I know you have. Maybe the jersey he's wearing is for a player that plays for the Dodgers or the Mets now.
Yeah, maybe.
So is that okay?
Nah, I still say get a new jersey.
Just get a new jersey?
Keep her moving.
On?
Yeah, keep her moving.
What if you don't... It's their first year with the new team, and you don't want these rinky-dink, crappy new jerseys that they got, okay?
Order one from China.
They're going
to be better quality anyways. Trust me. They only messed up 3 letters in one of them that I ordered. They also try really hard.
I got an Ofani jersey. It's great.
God. So today, here we are. We're talking about top stories. On Wednesdays, we usually have a topic. We'll just kind of discuss it. It usually has something to do with umpires, but this week we're just we're going to go live, test the waters a little bit, and see what's up. And then also you were like, hey, got these news stories I want to talk about.
Some stuff happened in baseball this last week.
I like stuff.
And you say we normally talk umpires. Well, we're going to keep talking umpires because ding dong, the witch is dead. Angel Hernandez has retired from MLB. He's done. He's gone. He said, effective now, I'm done. I'm stepping away from the game. You got rumors out there that this all came because there was a meeting with him and the league about just how awful he is or something like that. I like the pitcher, Rob Manfred went in there and said, look, we can do this one of two ways. This is how I used to do it back when I had someone that I wanted to get rid of, but I didn't have enough to fire him right away. Yeah, I just wanted to nip it in the bud. I'd call him into a meeting and say, look, we can do this one of two ways. Either you can go ahead and sign this resignation letter, or I can write you up for this, and we'll keep going down this trail.
We'll keep doing what we're doing here.
We're going to keep doing what we're doing, and then you're eventually going to get fired.
That was a massive. That's all attitude.
And it's crazy. They always sign the resignation letter.
Every time?
And then sometimes someone would file for unemployment, and my district manager comes like, hey, I thought so-and-so resigned. Oh, they did? Hold on a second.
Oh, God.
And I'd go and grab the resignation letter and be like, yeah, it says they quit because they found a new job. Because I have guys that, what do I put down for the reason why I'm quitting? I don't care.
Well, what's the difference? If you're going to quit, make you get fired. I mean, what are we doing here?
Well, if I fire you, you can file unemployment.
Oh, okay. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
And so they resign?
But if you resign, you can't.
Just be like, no.
And it's a lot quicker, right?
Yeah.
I get to get someone else in a lot faster. I don't have to deal with the crap anymore. I don't have to deal with this whole dance of I'm cutting your hours and all that, right?
Yeah.
Hey, look.
I got you.
It's just not working. We tried. We tried hard, but it just didn't work.
You're the problem. I want you to know in this relationship.
I just want you to know it's not me, it's you.
Yeah.
Okay?
Lopez got tossed.
So Angel Hernandez is gone. Who's going to be the next worst umpire in baseball?
I know his face. I don't know his name.
Can I throw some names at you?
Sure.
Because I just so happen to have
the worst
for 2024. The worst ones. I've got accuracy and I have consistency.
Okay.
So we're gonna focus on the accuracy.
Okay.
Worst one in baseball right now. CB Buckner.
Okay.
91.7% accuracy. He's 84th in the league.
91% accuracy? I think that's okay.
You think that's okay?
Well, what's the highest? Do you have the highest accuracy? Because that's what I need to benchmark this thing.
I mean,
if it's 95%, that's not I don't think that's bad. You know what I mean? Like Angel Hernandez, I know he was like 90 or like 89 or something like that. On some days he's like an 84, but yeah, I don't know.
No, wait, no, this one gave me.
Don't worry
Hold
about
on,
it.
no, it pulled up.
I don't want to bog you down.
It pulled up that Bruce Dreckman, he wears number 1.
Oh,
so
God, sometimes Google is so dumb. Like it's so dumb.
I mean,
I love it. I love it. But Jesus, like we can't figure this stuff out. Like,
Yeah.
no, he wears number 1.
but yeah, so you got Buckner, and his consistency is 93.1% consistency for 68th.
I think that's not terrible. At least he's consistent, right?
But he's one of the worst at being consistent.
He's one of the worst. He's got the lower consistency as well.
Right. Yeah. Next up, you got Manny Gonzalez. His accuracy is 91.6%.
Yeah, he sucks. That's the guy.
Alfonso Marquez
Sucks.
is 92.5%, and Hunter Winstead.
I don't know.
We've talked about him.
Really?
We had some issues with him. I can't remember what it was, but he sucks.
Probably a Ranger game.
92.7%. You know what? He might have been was he the one at the plate for the foul ball situation?
I think so.
He might have been.
Yeah. That's probably why I was fired up. I was like, fired immediately. Fire him.
Hey, step into my office. You're fired.
I'm telling you, and that's something that Scherzer mentioned. He's like, we're at a top level here. I think you have to, you can get the job, but you also have to perform. You have to, and we can rotate better people in at this position. You know what I mean? And just like you have relegation,
Right.
and it's what he was talking about. It's like, okay, well, I'm in on that, because then you always know there's in the back of your head, I got to be good. I got to be sharp. And they're just kind of showing up like half. You know what it seems like? I bet they're like one of them's like a drinker. And you know how you're just like that half of just hair off when you're hung over? You're like a couple steps off.
You can't do hair of the dog, so you're just like,
yeah. I mean, if I was like in that situation, I'd be absolutely like knocking one. Like you'd see me in the dugout sweating bullets, and I just knock back a diesel or something, like just slam it. Well, I don't drink diesel, but I mean, it had to be something that's got some bite.
If I'm going to suck, I will drink the diesel though. But yeah, so that's where you're looking at for some of the candidates for the worst ump. And here's the thing, like all of those guys probably dropped an F-bomb when Hernandez retired, because they're like, oh, great. Someone's got to be the worst now.
Yeah.
And I don't want it to be me. So hopefully that helps them kind of step their game up a little bit. But I mean, if you're blind, right? And you just make bad calls, you're not all of a sudden going to start making good calls.
The other thing with him was even recently, there was a check swing by Bryce Harper, and it wasn't even close. And he called his strike. And Bryce has already taken off his gear. He already got himself a walk. He got himself a walk, but the umpire said, no, you ain't getting a walk. You're out of here. Well, anyway, so he comes charging down the line, and he gets tossed. I'm like, if this guy couldn't make calls behind the plate, to the left, right, center of the plate, anywhere. He just, you know what? Just get the hell out of here.
It's funny, like when you watch players like they get rung up by like Angel Hernandez or any of these other really bad umpires, and it's the ones that are consistently just awful. You'll just see them just kind of look and go. They just laugh because it's just so bad, right? It's
and they don't
want
to get tossed. That's the other thing too. They're like, you know what? It's him. Yeah, screw it.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Except for Bryce Harper, who leads the league. He's like number one active player for being tossed. It's been tossed 21 times. I think the next closest guy is something like at 12 or something like that.
We're only in March or in May.
Well, no, this is like career.
Oh, okay.
Like,
I thought you were talking about this
active.
year.
No, he hasn't been tossed 21 times this season. That would be impressive.
I'm not even mad.
I'm impressed.
That's what I thought. That's what you were kind of going. And I didn't. You saw me. I didn't even blink, bat an eye. I was like, yeah, totally. I see it.
We've only played like 40-something games this year. He's been tossed in over half. That would be insane.
That would be so freaking awesome. Where you just like, it's at the end of the game. He just looks at the umpire. He's like,
like I want an MLB player to be like, it's someone who's just not that good, right?
Yeah.
He bats number 9. He's down there at the bottom. He's out there playing, I don't know where do you hide a bad player on an MLB team, like second base or something?
Second base, yeah.
So he said, oh, what a snag.
Yeah.
But he's sitting there, and it's the end of the game, and he just gets tossed in every game. Like, he's like, Coach, I'm playing all 162 this year, and I'm getting tossed in every game.
Oh, God.
And so, like, the 8th or 9th inning rolls around, or like, Coach is like, hey, we're going to pull you for someone. Hold on, I got this. Right? Like, give me a heads up when you're going to go ahead and pull me from a game. Like if you're going to do a defensive replacement or you need to pinch hit for me, let me go up the bat first.
Yeah.
I'll get tossed before they throw the first pitch.
Yeah. I won't even hurt the at bat. I won't get us an out.
I want nothing. I'll get tossed. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
I'll take care of this.
Just as soon as you
It
walk
just
up
gets
there,
tossed in 162.
you get ready and you're like, "Did you say it to me?" Just go crazy. Why not? That'd be hilarious if someone took that bid on.
That would be a great
But
bit.
I totally thought Harper could do it. Like as far as like getting tossed that many times in like a single season, or even already this year, because he does. He gets fired up. Something to go his way. Well, he's hot.
Oh, he runs hot.
He is a hothead.
But that's part of why you like Bryce Harper, right? Because
that's why Philly likes him.
He's into it. He's fired up.
Yeah.
He's going to get your team going. He's a little spark plug.
Yeah.
And he's pretty good at this whole baseball thing too.
He is.
Outside of, being a rah-rah type guy, right? But he was one of the first guys that I remember that really had that initiative to focus on making baseball fun again.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he came up and he was hitting dingers and he's watching them for a little bit and bat flipping. And he had the big thing with the eye black when he first came in the league, doing it all crazy and stuff. But he was one of those first guys that I really remember as like, and he even said, he's like, dude, we got to make baseball fun again. Like it's a game. Let's have some fun with it.
Yeah.
So
it did get uptight for a while.
It did. Sometimes it still does.
I would say so. Stupid rules.
Next up, let's talk a little Rangers baseball.
Okay.
How's that sound?
All right.
Today, Marcus Semien took a day off.
Yeah. First time in 364 days, or
49.
49. Okay.
349 games. A little bit over been almost 2 seasons since he's not played. He got banged up back on, I think it was like March 9th or something like that. Had a collision. He's been playing.
He ran into Garcia.
Yeah, he's been playing hurt since then. A little, beat up. And Bochy said, just, hey, take the day off.
I think someone told him, said, hey, buddy, I don't think you're going to get to Cal Ripken. So
you're not.
Take a day off. It's fine. Just we'll reset the clock.
But okay.
He did. It was crazy when you saw it last year. It was like, hey, he played all 162. You're like, oh man, that's awesome. He started them all. I think he either played them all. There was something about the starting.
I think he started them all.
These are all start numbers. So I was like, oh man, that's awesome. And everyone on Twitter today was like, well, what the hell's wrong with him? He don't miss a game. Is he sick? What's wrong with him? Was he banged up, man? He's tired. He needs a day off.
I saw when it's funny because I saw the story I was on the ESPN homepage and it says Semien gets a day off. And I'm like, why is Trevor Semien getting a day off? Like they're in like voluntary OTAs right now. Like, and so I'm clicking on the story to find out why we even care about someone who's not even going to play this year is taking a day off, let alone even knew he was still in the league, right?
Why do I give a shit?
And then it's like, oh, Marcus said, what? You took a day off? Like, I was like, okay.
Yeah, and it's like I'm sure he'll like there'll be like a little bit of something. And it's like, oh man, you know what I mean? That is a long while. That's a ton of games, and to have that going, I think obviously he's the longest right now. A mile and a half. But,
for sure. But it also just kind of has to do with how he's been going. Like in the 8 games since he collided with, it was May 18th. He's 1 for 20 in his last 5 games.
Yeah.
Right. And you're just like, hey man, take a day off, rest up, come back, and let's reboot.
And the thing with him is he's such a great leadoff hitter, and you see the Rangers jump out to a 1-0 lead a lot of times because he just steps up to the plate and hits a dinger. So they obviously missed him. They still got the win today. They won yesterday. Watch out now.
It's 3 straight.
They're on a winning streak.
Right.
After just getting their ass rocked. But just take a break. Take time off. He's, you can definitely tell he's beat up. And that collision was nasty.
Well, and you also got Wyatt Langford back today too.
Yeah,
he was reactivated. He went 2 for 4 with a run and an RBI. So
now Evan Carter, he's on the IL. So there's always something. I was like, when these young kids are on the team and they're both firing on all cylinders, and Seager's back. He's just hitting bombs.
8 homers in 8 games.
Yeah, and just great. And you got Eovaldi back today?
Yesterday.
Excuse me.
Yeah, he pitched yesterday.
Yeah, he got the win.
He threw
yesterday.
like 3 innings, I think it was.
Yeah.
And then
he didn't get the win yesterday. He pitched yesterday.
Yeah, he pitched 3 1/3. But it was Heaney that came in relief and pitched like 2 innings and got the win.
Yeah, good. It's good to see him come back because that's the biggest problem I think right now with the Rangers is one, everyone is hurt, right? So it just kind of just kills the morale, right? But the Sticks have gone so quiet. The pitching has actually kept them in games that they could have won and should have won, but they just can't score like 4 runs.
Right.
That's like, hey, let's break down and play small ball. I know you got a bunch of sluggers, but let's start laying some bunts, baby. Right. There's still some bases. And but hey, they won 3 in a row. Congratulations. They didn't get swept by the Twins, and now they just swept back-to-back games. They were in Arlington for the Diamondbacks, and now they're hitting the road again. They're heading down to Miami, and then that's for like 3 games, and then they're back in Arlington. It's a lot of weird schedule, but when they come back, I think that's going to be Marcus Semien ring night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Which will get your butt out there early.
Oh, yeah, for sure, if you want to get those. Because those are going to go quick.
Plug.
But, the next story I want to talk about, you have already heard, if you're listening to the MLB recap, which we're releasing on a daily basis every morning, it's out there by typically between 6 and 8 o'clock in the morning, right? It gets dropped. Full recap of the previous day's events. And if you listen to it today, you got to hear about Jeremiah Estrada. And have you heard what he's doing this season so far right now?
No.
The streak he's on right now is he's a reliever. He's one of the closers for the Padres, and he struck out 13 straight batters so far. That's his streak. 13 straight swinging.
Oh, yeah, fanning, huh?
Swinging.
Not looking, so they're all swinging.
They're all swinging.
He's throwing junk 13, or what?
No, dude, he's just
throwing straight gas.
He's throwing gas. He's got some nice pitches, and yesterday he came in, struck out in the ninth, struck out the side to take it up to 13 straight innings. Or not 13 straight innings, 13 straight batters that he's faced have all struck out so far, which is just insane, right? And you go from there to that to let's jump on over to Ranger Suarez. Took a loss.
Yeah, he finally lost.
He finally lost.
Yeah.
Which you were wondering when that was, and it happened against the Rockies of all teams.
It's
right.
It's weird like that.
The world's weird. The Rockies actually took 2 of 3 from the Phillies,
Colorado
Rockies. who were the hottest team at the time. Right. The Phillies were just playing insane. Ranger Suarez has been pitching insane. I mean, right now he's head and shoulders above everyone for Cy Young. I would want to say. Like with the amazing start that he's had so far this year, I don't really see anyone else. I mean, you've got some guys that are having great seasons.
Yeah,
but
I just want to look at the Phillies. Phillies are still 2 games up on anybody in the standings. So, yeah, they're still the best team in baseball. They've been fun to watch. Lucky for us, we have the MLB TV, so we get to see pretty much any game we want to watch from them, and then especially if it's a day game, it's on.
Oh, yeah, it's got to be. For sure. I love watching the Phillies play. Speaking of, we were talking about records and stuff. The Yankees set a record yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
MLB record.
Those foul balls?
No. 15 straight games where their starting pitcher has allowed 2 or less runs.
Okay.
And have to pitch at least 5 innings.
Okay. Nice.
So that's 15 straight games. That's an MLB record. Just their starting pitching has been great.
That's insane.
It's like typically you're going to have a bad game here or there,
right?
Right. But that's 15 straight. The Yankees are actually on a 2-game losing streak.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
but they're not. They haven't been scoring a lot of runs here lately. They're 6-4 in their last 10, but it's not because of their starting pitching. Their starting pitching has been playing great.
So relievers and the no sticks.
Relievers, little run issue going on, but when they hit big, right? Like you had a game the other day where you had Soto, Judge, and Stanton all homer in the same inning.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen them put up double digits yet. Well, there it is. Since the last time was May 12th, the rest have been 5 and under. I think I see a 6 and a 7 in there.
Yeah,
but there's an 8 against the Padres. That's a fun team to watch too. The Padres. We were talking about that earlier, and it's just like you see in Jerks and Profar play. He's having a hell of a year.
He's having a great year.
And
people are mentioning his name as a possible MVP candidate.
Crazy.
Jerks and Profar. Let me just repeat that. Jerks and Profar. I said the right name. I meant to say Jerks and Profar.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's good to see it though. When he was here in Dallas or in Arlington, he was fun to watch, but he was still such a young kid and just figuring it out. So, I think we got an injured guy. Might have broke his wrist. Anyways, But yeah, what do you got next?
Next up, we've got let's talk a little Ohtani action.
You always want to talk Ohtani.
Well, because he's really good at baseball.
He just jacked another homer.
but I saw an article that was brought up today, and it brings up a good point. Mm-hmm. And if you look at how he's done in his career, hitting wise, versus how he's doing this year, mm-hmm. is he too valuable as just a hitter to pitch again when he can pitch?
He's a great pitcher too, but watching him bat this year. Why not just bat? Why not just be a DH, man? You know what I mean? Like, why not?
I mean,
he hits so damn good. He's going to get you like a homer a game almost. It seems like every time we watch him, jacks one. But
he's a career 279 hitter. Mm-hmm. And he's hitting 329 this season.
This season is just on fire.
Before today's game.
Yeah.
Right? This is all before today's game. Mm-hmm. Just everything other than slugging percentage is a little bit. Oh, no, everything's up.
Yeah.
You know, his on-base percentage, he's a career 368. He's 395. His slugging percentage, career-wise, he's a 560, and he's 606. His OPS, career 929. He's 1.002. Like, just across the board, everything is up for him.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. I mean, he's obviously when they signed him, they signed him as a pitcher and a hitter.
Right.
So they're going to expect him to pitch, obviously. You know what I mean? Unless they're like, hey, you want to restructure your contract? Pay you half.
Yeah, but I mean, look with these career numbers, man. I mean, these numbers that he's doing, right?
But he'll be
also is part of that a product of he's on a good team and he's surrounded in the batting order. He's surrounded by great batters.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
I mean, you play up when you have good players. You play down when you have worse players. And obviously, if morale, they've paid. This team is paid and it's bought the NL West.
Oh yeah,
right. They should win the NL this year. But the Phillies, no one expected the Phillies just be on a tear. Will they be able to keep it up throughout their season? Maybe. But the Dodgers have paid to have it up all year. You know what I mean?
And when you got he's been hitting in the number 2 hole most of the time. You got Betts leading off in front of him. So you got a guy who's getting on base consistently.
Is Freddie behind him or is he in the 4-0?
Freddie's behind him, right? So you don't want to walk Ohtani to get what? You want to walk to him to get to Freeman?
Who's in cleanup now in Dodgers?
Will Smith.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
And then Teoscar Hernandez behind him.
Yeah.
And then the rookie Andy Pages is behind him. So
it's tough.
I mean, you've got a murderer's row right there of guys who are all playing great.
Yeah.
But
don't worry, if you get to Taylor, he's batting 110 right now. You might be able to get him out.
I mean,
maybe.
Well, he's coming in as a defensive replacement. Yeah. You know, he's pinch hitting right now. So this is first at bat of the game. For Vargas, who hit his first home run of the season yesterday.
Lean into it, kid. Come on, Dorn. This guy used to pitch you inside. Yeah.
Oh, man. And then last story I got for you. It happened today.
Several foul tips.
You had the inclusion of the Negro League stats into the MLB stats.
Yeah.
So now you like I said, you have a new king of baseball.
Yeah.
Josh Gibson is leading MLB history in just about everything.
Did he have longevity too? Like he played for like 20 years or something?
They all
like
played
that?
forever back then.
What do you mean they all?
Everybody.
Oh, everyone.
Yeah.
Baseball was just, if you get paid, you were playing.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Like Ty Cobb played forever.
Yeah, that's enough.
It's just when I say they all, everybody played forever back then.
Baseball
I mean,
players.
even now you have a lot of guys who are playing forever.
Good ones
in the league. Like I had no idea Yasiel Puig's still in the league.
Puig's still in the league, yeah.
I saw a highlight with him on base the other day. I was like, that guy's still in the league? Like, and it was forever ago before he kind of, stormed onto the scene with the Dodgers. But Josh Gibson is now your career batting average leader. He hit 372 in his career.
Jesus, he died at 35.
Yeah.
Did he go to war? I think maybe he went to war.
I think
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah.
Oof.
And he's your leader for a season.
Hit a brain tumor.
Brain tumor? Yeah, that's what it was. Wow. He hit 466 in 1943.
Yikes.
Like,
God, dog.
Let that sit in for a second. 466. It's insane. His slugging percentage was 718. His OPS is 1.177, and those are his career numbers. And that leads MLB in all of those career numbers. If you look at the stats, I mean, it's just it's flooded with a bunch of players from there. And that was your big argument that you had was these guys were better than all these guys in MLB back then. Like it was, hey, Josh Gibson would have been the all-time MLB home run leader if he had played in the league, right?
It's always one of those things because we'll never know, obviously, but it's like you didn't know how they would respond to the pitching that was in MLB. You know, same, it goes back and forth. No one would know if everything was integrated, you wouldn't know how. You know what I mean? It's not like all the pitching in MLB sucked. You know what I'm saying?
No.
It just, you'd have no idea, but it's still like crazy numbers. Like that is bonkers. 467, you say?
466 in a season.
466. Jesus.
Yeah, and you're just like, but you had there was a lot of great pitchers in the Negro League as well, like Satchel Paige,
yeah.
Right? And he pitched so long that he pitched in the MLB.
Isn't that crazy?
Like
his arm had. Like, how do you keep your arm attached to your shoulder attached to your body? Pitching that long, and they didn't get pulled after 5 innings.
No,
you pitched the whole damn game.
There was no.
You went on a pitch count.
Yeah, there was no pitch count back then. You're just like, man.
Yeah, it's insane. Well, good. I'm glad. I think they brought him in the Hall of Fame. I don't know how many years and years ago or whatever.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, now they're including all the stats. Like, I mean, it's baseball stats, right? And there's pro baseball. They were professionals. Just like it's just the way it is. Yeah, good.
Yeah, I mean, with Page, he played at age 49. He signed with the Phillies AAA club in Miami and put together 3 straight seasons of 10 wins and a sub-3 ERA.
50 years old. So he's 51, 52, or by the time he was
49, 51, 52, yeah.
Oh, my God. 52 years old, throwing gas like that. And then I think he used to screw around a little bit on the mound. Like he'd have some crazy stuff.
A lot of the guys did
some
back
bits and some,
you didn't have as many rules back then.
Yeah, right? A little loosey-goosey.
Well, now you got Nestor Cortez who thinks he's got bits doing pump fakes and stuff like that. Like
he's the guy that jumps off the mound. There's another guy that jumps off the mound. He's still holding the ball, and then he releases it. He's like closer. He's like almost 2 or 3 feet closer now to home plate.
What?
Yeah, you got to see it. It's like
I'm gonna have to look this up.
Dumbest thing ever. Yeah, it's the dumbest thing ever. He jumps off the rubber towards the plate, but he's not even in the throw. He's jumping, and he still has the ball right here, and he doesn't throw it until his left foot hits the ground, and he flings it. You know what I mean? It's like Jesus.
Not only that, but that's just dangerous as all hell.
It seems very herky jerky. I don't want to be closer.
No.
Somebody gets give you a little comeback reaction. You ain't gonna be doing that anymore.
It's like Lance Lynn took one off the head the other day, and they're like, "Hey, were you worried about it?" It's like, "No, it didn't hurt me at all. I was wearing my hat." They're like, "Well, that doesn't offer you any protection." He goes, "Yeah, it does. Why do you think we wear them?" They're like, "No, that's a helmet." He's like, "Oh, yeah." Turns out you took a little brain damage there, buddy.
It's Carter. No, that's I don't think that's him. No, this is an old one. Yeah, I should look it up. Maybe we'll do a quick whatever. Maybe I'll find it and do a short on it or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so those stats are included. I don't. There's issues with it and there isn't, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like one, cool, we want to include it in there, and like MLB, they're wanting to make sure that those stats are included in baseball history.
Mm-hmm.
I get that, but the guys weren't playing in the same league,
yeah,
right? So you don't know would they. A lot of people think their numbers would have been better, right? Some people know they would have been worse. You had some guys who wouldn't have even played if you had the 2 leagues combined too, right? Yeah. On both sides of it.
Yeah.
So I'm a little bit, I'm kind of in between. Like, hey, I honestly don't care.
It's kind of indifferent.
It just is what it is, right? Mm-hmm. It's just weird to be like, okay, now all of a sudden we have a new career leader in this and that, right? It's just all of a sudden everything's changed and all the history has changed. It is getting a good reception from MLB players. There's not a lot of players out there saying a lot of negative things about it.
Yeah,
which you don't want to be that guy.
You don't want to be that guy.
You don't want to be that guy. But
you're just like, oh, great, awesome, cool. Yeah. Perfect. And then you just move along. But yeah, it's like I'm not clutching the history books. No, it's yeah. What are you gonna do? But yeah, you're right. We'd never know. There were two separate leagues. Yeah, you're right. If we combined the leagues back then, just like we don't have room for all these players, right? So now you got, it's mixed up and whatnot, and who knows how they would have done against each. The pitching's crazy. The pitching they had in those leagues were wild as hell, and then pitching over here was.
And you could do whatever you wanted to the ball back then too, right?
I mean, that ball.
Balls.
It's so gross.
So disgusting.
I don't know what they weren't putting on it. You know what I mean? Like, there's probably a smaller list of stuff they didn't put on it than what they did. But yeah, no, I mean, it's cool. Like I said, bring in the record books anyways, and it's cool. And I got to give it up to
and all these guys, like MLB made the decision a long time ago to include these guys into the Baseball Hall of Fame. So you have a lot of these guys that are already in the Baseball Hall of Fame. I don't think that's going to change anything for any of those players. I don't think with the inclusion of putting those stats in there, that's going to change whether or not someone's going to make, right? They're not now all of a sudden decide, oh, well, now this guy, we got to put him in the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
If he was that good, he would have already been in there, right?
Absolutely. I agree.
So, but yeah, that's really all I got for you. We do need to go ahead and mention, hey guys, make sure you check out Rapid Dave with the Ranger Roundup. You're releasing that on a bi-weekly basis, just about after
each series.
Most series. You skipped the Phillies series.
I did. Yeah, not much to talk about. Wasn't much to talk about.
Rangers suck. Phillies are good. Yeah. It was like a 30-second podcast when you recorded it.
I was like, I hate it here. I can't stand it.
Well, this is now the Philadelphia Phillies Roundup. I'm RD. Yeah. But check that out, as well as we have Strikeout Beer that we do live Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, X, on all of those sites. Check that out, as well as if you want a little extra content from us, and maybe not necessarily baseball related, but just whatever we do, crazy variety type stuff. Check us out over on patreon.com/strikeoutbeer. Get in for $3 a month. But let us know what you guys think about some of this stuff. What do you think about the Negro League stats being included? Who's the new Angel Hernandez? And should Ohtani ever pitch again? As always, guys, I'm Alan.
I'm RD.
Talk to you guys later. Deuces. Thank you for listening to the SB Baseball Podcast.